Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell from the title of this video, I have some pretty exciting news. We are pregnant. So my husband and I are expecting our first child. And it's really crazy to say that out loud still. Yeah, it's just, it's crazy. Definitely not used to it yet. Really excited, just filled with different emotions, I guess. So we are pregnant, and I found out kind of early. I found out that I was pregnant 12 DPO, so 12 days past my ovulation, which was like 5 days before my missed cycle. And honestly, I didn't even have a reason to take a pregnancy test. I didn't have any symptoms. I know a lot of people talk about like the 2-week wait and those symptoms. I didn't have any of that. I just woke up that morning and thought like, I'm gonna take a test today. I don't know why, but I did. And yeah, so there was a faint line on the first test that I took, and I did not think that it was even gonna have a faint line, a line at all. So I was really taken off guard, and I immediately FaceTimed one of my friends who I knew would be up at the time. Her and I actually work together. So I knew that she was gonna be up, and so I FaceTimed her, and I just was like, oh, do you see a line? Like, am I crazy? Is there a line there? And she was like, yeah, I think I see something, but like you might wanna take another test later. So I was like, okay. So I had another test, but it was like one of those, like the clear blue, like the digital ones where it says pregnant or not pregnant. And I know, I've heard that those tests sometimes are a little bit more difficult in terms of like you could actually be pregnant, but it might say not pregnant because the line for the test has to be as like dark as the control line is. So if you had like a faint positive, it sometimes won't come up as a positive. So I remember taking that digital test right after I hung up with her, and it said not pregnant, and I was just kind of confused. But I remember seeing someone open the test up and looking at the actual strip itself. And so I did that, and there was definitely a line there. So to me, I was just like, oh my God, like I think this is happening. Like I think I'm really pregnant. So then, I decided to wait a little bit, and then that afternoon I would take other tests that I had. So I did, I took other tests, and I got like the first digital positive. It said yes. And then I also had some other positives. I did like the first response. So I'll show you a couple of them. Just because I took a ton of tests, I just couldn't believe that it was actually positive. My husband and I obviously have had these conversations. It's not a total surprise to us because we had the conversation about wanting to start a family, but it just happened so fast after having that conversation. We had discussed that we would, I don't even like to say try, but we would just not try. And so, I stopped taking my birth control in October, and we were pregnant by December. So super fast. And I think that is the reason that we were so shocked, is just because so many people that you talk to, and even going to the doctors, they'll tell you it can take a while, especially being on birth control for a long period of time, for you to conceive, and that's totally normal. So I kind of was anticipating that versus, what we experienced with it being really fast. But I am super grateful. I feel super blessed. We both do. It's not something that, we're taking for granted or taking lightly. I know so many people in my life who have, struggled with fertility and having children, and it's just heartbreaking. And I wake up every day and I feel so fortunate and so blessed and so grateful. I could really get emotional just talking about it because I just know so many people who have had other experiences. And so I feel really grateful, honestly. So I found out on January 9th. That was my first positive test. And currently today I am 5 weeks pregnant. We go to the doctor in 2 weeks. They will see you once you are like about 7 weeks pregnant. So once we go to the doctor's appointment, they will confirm exactly how far along I am. That's just kind of like the rough estimate at this point. So we'll find out in 2 weeks that our exact timeline and exactly how far along I am. And then once we get to like that 12-week window where we're like out of the first trimester, that's when I'll be, announcing it. We did tell our parents and just, like 2 friends pretty much at this point, just because we want to keep it kind of close right now. You never know what's going to happen. I don't even want to think anything negative, all positive thoughts, positive vibes. But, just to be safe, we are going to wait until, we're out of that first trimester to say anything publicly. So if this video goes up and you're watching it, then we are pregnant and we're out of that first trimester, which is really exciting. As of right now, if I am 5 weeks pregnant and the timeline is accurate, the baby would be due in September. So I feel like that'll be here before we know it. Overall, I've been feeling pretty good. I've had a little bit of nausea. I haven't actually had any like sickness, but definitely nauseous like in the morning and then at night. I think the prenatals has something to do with that too. Just the vitamins tend to make me nauseous. So I do split the prenatal. I take one half in the morning and one half at night just to be a little bit easier on my stomach. Also, I've been super thirsty, drinking a ton of water. I feel like I have kind of cotton mouth, and sometimes I feel a little bit out of breath, breathlessness a little bit, even doing like the most minor things. A little bit tired, not like fatigued like I keep hearing people say. So I'm wondering if that is gonna come in the next couple weeks, but I don't feel like extremely fatigued just yet. So we'll see. I'm excited to see how the progression goes from here and just getting to experience all of these things. I'm just blown away and excited, and I can't believe like we are here. So I turned 30 this year, which is just such a blessing. When we were able to tell people when we hit like that 12-week mark, we will be, it's actually the week of my husband's birthday. His birthday's in March. And so we'll be announcing it like around my birthday, which is just the best birthday gift that I could ever receive. So I'm super excited. I'll show you guys a little bit of like the test that I took in the beginning. I will say I'm kind of like exposing my vulnerability here, but I pretty much have been taking a test every day since I found out. So I know that's crazy, but because I found out so early and because we don't go to the doctor for so many weeks, I found out when I was 3 weeks pregnant, and I have 4 weeks from that point before we can go see the doctor. So I don't know, I just feel comfort in seeing the positive pregnancy test come back. Which I know is crazy and so not necessary. Luckily, like Walmart has these really cheap, like 88-cent tests, or I would be going bankrupt right now because pregnancy tests are not cheap. But I don't know, I just feel comfort in seeing the lines come back. So right now, that is what I'm doing. I'm probably gonna start taking one like every other day at this point, but I have a ton of pregnancy tests because I've just been testing. So the first thing that I mentioned to you guys was I took, the clear blue test that says pregnant, not pregnant, and it said not pregnant that very first morning. But when you open the test up, as I mentioned, there's an actual like test strip in there, and that's what I looked at, and there is a line there. So like this is the test line, this is the control line, and that's the test line. So there's definitely a line there, but it just wasn't dark enough at the time to say pregnant. And then you can see here, that's one of the first responses that I took. So there's definitely lines there. And then obviously like the progression just kept happening where I was taking more tests. Like I said, I've been taking tests. I think the second day. So I found out on the 9th, on the 10th was when I took one of these that actually says pregnant. But on the 9th, I did take one of the first response, the digitals, and it just said yes. And that was enough for me to be able to like tell my husband. I knew that if he saw like this little strip with like the line, but it's like kind of there, kind of not there, he wouldn't really believe it. So I wanted to get like either the one that said pregnant or like the first response one. So the first response said yes. And so from there I was like, oh my God, like how am I going to tell him? So before he got home from work, I like ran to the store and got balloons, which I'll like insert a picture here. And I'm also going to show you his reaction, but I got balloons to spell baby that I put in our bedroom, and he walked in and saw that, and I had the pregnancy test to show him. And he was just in shock, just like I was. So you'll see like my initial reaction, his initial reaction. I'll share that with you guys. But I took one of these like Walmart, like the cheap 88-cent ones. And there's like kind of a faint line there, which is what it said this morning when I took the other test. And then I took a first response, and there's definitely a line there. But again, it's like faint. And earlier today, I took that clear blue and it said not pregnant, like the digital. And I just took the first response. Digital. It says yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay guys, so I took a pregnancy test earlier today and there was a faint line. You guys saw the footage from earlier on my phone. I'm really like still in shock. The digital test definitely made it more, you know, real for sure. And like the test that I took in the afternoon. So we are pregnant. And I am going to tell Ernie today, now that I got like the digital confirmation. I'm gonna tell him today when he gets home from work. So I saw somebody else do this to tell their husband, and so I thought it was a good idea. So I just went out and got balloons that spell baby, and when he gets home I'm gonna tell him to come into the bedroom and he'll hopefully put together that we're pregnant. So this is what it looks like. I'll show you guys. It's just silver balloons to spell baby. So when he walks in, this is the first thing he sees. So I'm gonna set the camera up so that we get his reaction, but I just wanted to show you guys what it's gonna look like. This is when you turn the lights on, what it looks like. So yeah, I'm excited. He should get home at a decent time today. He's been getting home pretty early. So yeah, I'm really excited. So we'll see.
What? Nah. Are you fucking with me?
No, we're pregnant.
No, we're not.
Yeah. I swear.
Really? I'm in my underwear on camera. Are you serious?
I know.
You gotta be kidding. Oh my God.
No.
I'm like shocked right now. Like, I can't believe it.
I know. True. We're pregnant.
Huh?
Said we're pregnant.
Rosie!
It's crazy. We're excited, ecstatic. Yeah, we're just so excited. We can't wait to be parents. It just feels really surreal, I think, right now still. I think when we go to the doctor and have them, you know, just confirm everything, even though, again, I've taken so many pregnancy tests, they're all positive. Like, if you guys could see, like, I have so many, these are like filled with tests because I'm a psycho. So yeah. But I'm excited to go on this journey. Obviously, I will keep you guys updated. Hopefully, like I said, if you guys are seeing this, then everything, you know, worked out and God is continuing to bless us and we're out of that first trimester. So I'll do, you know, updates periodically on how I'm feeling and just, you know, take you guys along on this experience that we're going on. First time parents. Yeah, so I can't wait. I'm so excited. So I will check in with you guys later. I'll hopefully be able to show you some of our doctor's visit, at least like, you know, hopefully hearing the heartbeat and all of those things, and kind of updating you on that and see how that goes. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.